working. Hi, I'm Dan.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Shane.
Perfect, great. That's Shane. That's Sarah. Welcome to What the Hell's Your Problem, a podcast where we talk about the everyday, irregular things that we hate with a passionate yet fair vigor. This has been a hellish nightmare getting this day going today, so we're happy to have you here. What the hell, man? What the hell? How's it going, you guys? How are you guys doing? I was at the Calgary Stampede last weekend.
Great.
Oh yeah, that's nice. You're still alive? That's
We were at a campground. We were camping for a week, and there was people down the road from us with a giant TV outside their trailer, and the whole fucking week, all they watched was Stampede on TV.
Whoa, that's
I know.
crazy.
That's
wonder
intense.
I wonder how many guns they had in their campsite.
Oh, it looked like a lot.
I wonder who they voted for.
I think we all know the answer to that.
yeah.
They were really down with Stampede.
I'd never been to. It was quite literally my first rodeo, and I'd never seen. I had they treated us like gold. It was crazy. We had passes so we could get in everywhere, and then to watch the rodeo part, we were down on, they call it the tarmac, and it's like ringside. Is it a ring? It's a rodeo ring, right? That's the word for it.
Isn't it an arena?
Know.
Isn't it a rodeo ring? Because remember the bull ring from Tony Hawk? Isn't that the same thing?
I thought it was an arena.
Maybe it's an arena. Okay, either way, we had courtside tickets.
Courtside?
I know I don't want to say court, but I don't know what to say. So
Poolside.
It's definitely not a court. You were at the edge.
Imagine that's how they did court. You just run away and they tie you up, and if they get you, you're guilty. So we were right on the dirt. We had dirt side seats, but they were not seats. It was standing up. But the only thing I got to see is they were tying up baby cows as fast as they can and timing themselves, which is.
Did you feel bad for the animals?
Yeah, yeah.
I saw it on TikTok too, and I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's not for me. It's such a weird thing. Okay, we're gonna let this baby animal out. You're gonna throw a rope at it and tie it up as fast as you can, and people are gonna cheer, and you're gonna what a weird thing to do.
But did you go to the barrel racing? Because the barrel racing
that was the only thing I saw, and then I just couldn't make it back there. It just didn't really work out. We were just walking around, and one of the guys we were with didn't have the pass, and then by the time I was like, "Hey, I really actually want to go watch a little bit of the rodeo," and then he was really cool. He was like, "Oh, I'll go." I was with former guest of the show, Derek Sagan, and Matt from the Laugh Shop, and Matt didn't have the pass, so Matt offered to go meet Derek's friends so we could go watch the rodeo, and right when we got there, it ended. And we were like, oh. Yeah. Oh, someone's stuff is making a crazy sound suddenly.
It might be. Is it done now?
Nope.
Oh,
Zach was just idling the truck.
Yes.
This is a sec. I just got a fish tank. Oh, there you go.
You got a fish tank?
Well, there's no fish pit.
He already had a fish. It was just in his sink.
No,
in his bathtub.
I'm growing underwater plants for a fun thing.
For what? Why are you growing underwater plants?
Just as a nice desk hobby.
Interesting. So you have a fish tank, but with no fish in it. You're just growing underwater plants.
Can you see that?
That is what is your deal, bro? I don't know. How on earth? I like how you're like, oh, I'm not going to fix any of the things that are wrong with my life, but I am going to put effort into growing underwater plants.
Well, yeah, I don't want to cut off your Stampede story, but there's already been some fish tank mishaps, but...
well, we'll get into them. Stampede...
Yeah.
First of all, Derek Sagan bought a leather vest.
He did.
So that was pretty crazy.
He's the only guy that I could see pull that off, though.
Yeah, it annoyingly looked good on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could wear a leather vest for sure.
Stampede is it's like Halloween, but everybody went as a cowboy or a slutty cowboy.
Men and women, I'm assuming.
Mostly the women. It was pretty crazy.
Are they all wasted, and was it hot?
Well, during the day, people seemed pretty okay. But it's a lot of like 15-year-olds wearing basically lingerie and a cowboy hat. It's very weird. It's
I
a
don't care for that.
weird vibe. I did not like it.
It's
I
Epstein
felt, I'm like,
Island.
there's a lot of upset dads in this city
Yeah.
right now. And then so I walked around. It's like a big fair. There's rides everywhere. It was cool. Like, it was a cool event. I mean, people are people. It's not a reflection on the event itself. And like the stadium or the ring or whatever you want to call it had like 5,000 people in it. It was crazy. They were all enjoying it. There's like a huge conference center with like the biggest market I've ever seen with like anything you could ever want to buy. There's like a huge stage, the Coca-Cola stage. The Coke stage is a funny name for it.
Yeah.
And so we were just wandering around all that, and then somebody was like, Matt was like, let's go to Nashville North. And I'm like, what's that? And then we went to this weird, there's like this cattle lines that you go into, and you get to the front, and then it's all very secure. And then you go through the other side, and it kind of looks like everything else, but it's like behind a wall. And that's where the mayhem is. And it is like a crazy party constantly called Nashville North, and it's wild. And
It's
so
like
that
a
was,
club almost.
yeah, it's like an outdoor/indoor club, and everybody is hammered and partying, and like, but the rest of it is just kind of like very family friendly, like cool
Did you see
event.
any fights?
No, I didn't see any fights. I was talking to Matt about this. I asked that. I'm like, are there a lot of fights here? And he was like, there's kind of not. He's like, he was like, I feel like there's not really fights anywhere anymore. Like, it's not like it was, because me and him are around the same age. He's like, well, like when we used to go out, it was like watching Fight Club outside the bar.
Yeah.
Like, but now, because everybody has phones, apparently it's not
yes.
nearly as bad as it was. Because we used to go to Pita Pit on Wharf Street, and just, it was like, you just watch people beat the shit out.
Fight Club. Peter Pit Fight Club.
Yeah, dude. But apparently it's just not really like that in most places. Now, obviously there's fights, but not like before. Before it was crazy. So
I think in high school there's still lots, and they really enjoy filming it and putting it up on
World Star.
Yeah, World Star. So we did this show on Friday night at Stampede in a venue called the Stage of Wonders. And the guy is walking me to the place. The guy, head of entertainment for Stampede, Neil. Nice guy.
I'm sorry, can I say one thing? The Stage of Wonders sounds like a Mario Kart level.
Yeah, it does.
Totally does.
And the other people performing throughout the week were all magicians and escape artists.
Oh my
so
god.
We go I go into the venue with this guy, and we're walking there, and he's like, so we increased capacity from 1,000 to 2,400. And I'm like, what? And we walk in, and this room, not even including just comedy, it's the biggest room I've ever been in my life. Like, I didn't know I've never seen a room this big. Just a big empty room. Well, it wasn't empty. It was fully covered in chairs. So it was all chairs, and then a massive stage with like fog and like laser lights and everything. And then there was this like huge dragon wing cage thing, and I was like, leave that on while I'm on stage. I want that up there.
Did you open for Chris Angel?
Yeah, right? No, man. So yeah, that's what it felt like. Like, I was like, this is crazy. We just had no idea how it was going to go. It was me, Derek Sagan, Erica Sigurdsson, and Pete Zedlacker was the show. And then
it's a great show.
That is a really great show.
Really fun. And so we were backstage, and we were all worried it was going to be a disaster. They've never done comedy before at the Stampede, or at least not in many years. And they'd sold 150 tickets at these VIP tables that were in the front area, and the rest of it was a free show. So we were like kind of thinking that either just those 100 people would show up, and it would be a nightmare because of that, like biggest room ever with like 150 people, or it would be like a lot of people and they would be a drunk mess, and it would be crazy.
I always wondered maybe you can answer this, but I always wondered with like comedians performing in like stadiums or like 2,400 seaters, like you can obviously probably hear people talk at the back. Like, really address it though because there's so many people. It's like
you kind of couldn't really, but that might be a reflection of the show. So we were thinking it was going to be terrible, and then the show started, and there were, I was told, between 1,500 and 2,000 people there. It was insane. It was the most people I've ever performed for. It was
huge.
Wow.
really crazy, and they were perfect. They were a perfect audience, all seated, all into it. No one was talking, no one was yelling shit out. It was like one of the best shows I've ever been a part of. It was
That's amazing.
phenomenal. It was so, and they had like the stage like jutted out into the audience like a Taylor Swift stage. So you were like, you go like walk around like in the audience but above them. Like it was nuts, dude.
And did you walk the full length?
Yeah, of course.
You have to, right?
You got it. Well, honestly, you kind of did have to, otherwise it would be weird.
Yeah.
You'd be like too far back. So yeah, everybody killed. It was a great show. Stampede was really, really fun. And then everybody was like, Derek and Matt went to go hang out with Derek's friends after, and then Erica had a flight at 6 a.m. and then Pete and his wife were going to play poker, and I was like, I could stay at Stampede, but Brittany Lysing, former guest of the show, was offering to pick me up, and I'm like, I could take the ride or I could stay. And then I know after everyone leaves, I'm going to be like, I didn't take the ride. Now I'm just stuck. Because there's a band called Lake Street Dive that I really like, and they were playing. And I was like, I could go see them. And then I decided to leave, and I'm leaving with Erica. And then right as I did that, I noticed like how drunk everybody was. And then and then the walkout was like, oh, people are fucking hammered. And so I was glad that I left when I did. But what a crazy event. I've never seen anything like this place.
Well, that's also the thing at like in our age range, if you have a ride that's being offered, always take it.
Always take the ride.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna Uber or something, it's always worse than the ride you could have gotten.
Yeah, because Ubers were going to be like surge pricing. I didn't even check. I assumed it'd be like $100.
So many people leaving too. Like, yeah.
Anyway, Stampede gets 2 thumbs up. Great time. We were well taken care of. There was also like dirt bikes flying through the air, this whole event and shit. Like it was nuts, man. It was a really cool, fun time. It was great.
I want to go, but I feel like, I don't know. It seems like a lot of like bros and stuff, which kind of scares me.
Everyone is dressed like a cowboy. Everybody. Yeah. I went on stage and I was like, a lot of Toy Story fans here today.
That's great.
I think I've missed my window of opportunity for Stampede.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think that's true. If you went with all of the girls, you would have a good time, I think.
Well, that's true. We are fun. We just went away for 4 nights and had a very good time.
What's
going on with you, Shane? Tell us about yours. I'm interested in your aquarium mishaps.
Yeah. Well, I'm on cloud 9 right now. I have a doctor. He's going to tell me I have to stop drinking, and so that's going to be good.
Shane got a doctor.
That's huge, Shane. Congratulations.
Good job, buddy. Good job getting a doctor.
That's a really big feat in
That's
BC.
Actually, a really funny thing was because I had the meet and greet today, and then he's like, "How much do you drink?" And you always put like a ballpark out there, and he's like, "Hey, I'm your doctor now. Tell me the real number."
Yeah, what did you tell him?
Well, I was trying to sum up a bit, but I was like, yeah, on weekends, like 10 drinks, 10 beers
per day.
Yeah, that's what he said per day. Yeah. I didn't disagree with him. But no, anyway, it's good. I'm going to get blood work. They're going to see if my liver's all good. But yeah, so I got a fish tank.
So you got a fish tank. You celebrated by getting a fish tank.
Yeah. And it was kind of a bit of an argument with my girlfriend because I actually wanted fish in there. And she's like, you're not going to be able to look after them. And I was like, no, okay, fine.
Bro, if you can't look after...
I'll start with underwater plants. And so I got these seeds from Amazon. And honestly, I didn't read the directions. I just dumped them in. And one of them took off, this algae one. And so I came back...
blue algae?
The next day, there's all this slime oozing out of it, and it smelled horrendous.
100% your dog's gonna drink that water and get sick.
Well, I had to restart, so now it's going pretty good. I only put a little bit of seeds in there, but yeah.
Do you know that if you grow coral, you can sell it for a ton of money?
You can grow that?
You can grow coral and make like a ton of money.
I feel like it's not a quick turnover.
Maybe not, but
No.
I don't know anything about it other than that.
No one's
decades worth of investment.
It's a whole business.
Well, I'll be looking into that right after this podcast. So, but my problem is another one that's going to, you guys are going to say it's because you can't say no to people again. I already know this what's going to happen here.
Okay.
But, so on the weekend, I went to my favorite store, Old Navy, and I treated myself to a nice summer shirt, it's a white shirt with little anchors on it. It looks pretty it's kind of professional. I can wear it if I have to go to the office stuff. Anyway, I'm feeling good. I put the shirt on right away, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Walmart, but then I'm stop at my Browns. Have a nice little afternoon. So I'm walking over the overpass, and I'm just like minding my own business. This guy, like pretty far behind me, like walked past me. He's like, hey, stop right there. And I'm like, what? And he's like, man, that is a great shirt. And I'm like, hey, thank you so much.
Whoa.
But then he's like, well, you should pretend like you're on the a fashion model and model it down the overpass for me.
What?
And, yeah, he's like, just pretend like you're on the runway. Come.
Was it Jeffrey Epstein?
Are you on TikTok now?
He looked like he had a backwards hat and kind of like hippie, homelessy. I don't know. Anyway, so I didn't know what to say, so I just started like strutting down the overpass towards him, and he's like, "No, give me a twirl," and then he like makes me walk. But then I get back and I'm like, "Thanks for the compliment, that was funny," and he's like, "No, come do it. You have to do it again." And I didn't know what to say, so I did it again. But there's like 1,000 people on bikes going past constantly.
Dude, was he filming you?
No. And then I said, well, I like your outfit too. Why don't you do the fashion walk? He's like, no. And then he left.
Dude, you had a date with a man. That's what happened.
Yeah, he wasn't my type, for sure.
What kind of guy was he?
Well, I'm usually into guys that have a job, and this guy didn't look like that.
I feel like, I'll give you this. In this scenario, I think I would have said yes also.
You would have? Yeah. I kind of felt a little used, though, once he denied my request.
That's kind of...
Like to be a woman.
Yeah,
and the other thing, I was wearing a zip-up hoodie, so he only saw the shirt through, and he's like, take that hoodie off. So I had to put it on the railing of the overpass. And then,
dude, you would get human trafficked so easily.
It's true, yeah. Shane.
100%. Yeah. If you went to like Vietnam, you'd see me working in the kitchen. Like, what happened to Shane? No, there he is.
Oh, you mean our Cobra handler?
But yeah, it was a super weird thing. Then I kind of felt kind of weird after, like kind of gross.
Like Sarah said, you're a woman now.
Well, yeah, I have soft hands, so I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my problem. Like, I need to stop doing those things, but then my life will be less interesting.
Well, I feel like also the things that people ask you to do are not maybe the normal things that people ask people to do.
I know, the balls on this guy to ask that.
Well, no, if anybody else told me that story, I'd be like, you're fucking making that up. But Shane tells it, I'm like, yeah, that checks out.
100% true. But how did he know I'm not like a cartel leader or something? And I'm like,
were you wearing like glasses?
I think it might have been the shirt that led
and the fact that you were walking over an overpass also might have been a bit of a tip.
With an Old Navy bag?
That you didn't have a ton of money.
I'm a mule. I go over the overpass. Yeah. But so that was I have another quick one if you guys don't mind.
Please.
Please, Shane, always.
I went to I was at a funeral on the weekend. My girlfriend's grandfather died. He's a pretty young guy. He was like 98. But anyway, so this is my problem.
Killed himself.
This kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But afterwards, there's an after funeral barbecue thing, and
The
they're like
afters,
family
yeah.
picture. They put me in there, and I'm in there. I'm standing next to one of her uncles, and he's like, "Don't worry, if you guys break up, we can Photoshop you out."
That's
And
tight.
I'm like, "What?" Like, and so my problem is like, am I that replaceable in this family?
I mean,
Are they good at Photoshop?
here's the thing. It's not that you're like replaceable because there's really, truly only one you.
It's true.
You know, like you can't
Yeah.
replace you. But the thing is that it would probably be good to replace you. Like,
Oh, that's mean. Jane, maybe they're insinuating that it's time to put a ring on it or move on.
Well, I think he was
oh,
because I was like, oh, that was kind of harsh. And then he said, well, the only reason I said that is because they had a bunch of like old family photos at the funeral, and he said he spotted like 3 of his ex-wives in there.
oh yeah. So he was projecting. He's projecting on you.
Well, he was just like, well, it'd be way better for all of us if you were photoshopped out if this doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But
Still
anyway.
kind of a rude thing to say.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Shane, the guy, my. Oh, never mind. I can't talk about that. Never mind.
Stop it. I am going to Vancouver tomorrow.
Whoa, she's
I know.
going to the big city.
I know I'm going to see The Weeknd and Playboy Cardi
Wow.
with my son and his
Good
girlfriend that he's been dating for 10 days.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know.
That's what? Have you hung out with her before in the 10 days?
Well, it's their second time around. They also dated in grade 10.
Oh, well, that's not the same thing then.
Well, they
That's-
dated for 8 days in grade 10, so they've already broken their record.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So I'm taking the two of them to Vancouver tomorrow to go to see The Weeknd.
Do you think they're smashing?
Ew, no, they're definitely not.
Are you
We
guys
just got
staying in
back
the
from a
same
week of
room?
camping. What's that?
Are you staying in the same room?
Well, I'm extra crazy because we're taking the Hello Ferry, so I don't have to spend the night.
Oh,
nice.
So we're getting
Oh.
on the Hello Ferry at midnight and coming home, and then I have to drive home from Nanaimo. But here's my hate. He's refusing to sit in the front with me. He wants to sit in the back with her of my car.
no, it's fucking.
And I was like, somebody has to sit in the front with me.
No, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
You're like driving
I'm
Miss
upset
Daisy.
about this. I'm not
Yeah,
that
that's
freaking
dumb.
chauffeur.
No, you want me to text him and tell him that's fucking stupid?
Kind of.
Yeah, that's weird, dude.
I'm
That's
like,
like,
no,
way.
like,
It's
I'm like, you can sit in the back and she can sit in the front with me.
way too needy. That's fucking
That's weird.
weird. She's gonna think he's weird. for
I
doing
know.
And then you're going to be getting in an accident if you keep looking in the mirror and seeing their hands.
Somebody
fumbling
needs to be in the
around.
front seat with me.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
it's not
gonna-
like we're just driving to like downtown Victoria. We're
He's
driving
gonna
to
feel
fucking
her up in the
Nanaimo.
back seat.
Yeah.
Oh, Cheryl, be gross. Why are you always
Yeah.
so gross?
I could have been way grosser.
You're talking about my little boy.
But you're 100% right. That's definitely, there's going to be some, fast hands.
I had a real 44-year-old moment. This is this dovetails, in the words of Dylan Williams, quite nicely into this. I was at a red light, at a real 44-year-old moment. I was at a red light, and there was a girl, young girl, maybe 19, 20 or something. I don't know. Young girl in the back seat of this car with the big headphones. She had headphones on. And then there was the man driving her. And I thought, why is that girl being so rude to her dad? And then immediately I'm like, that's an Uber. That's an Uber. You're an idiot. Like, I forgot Uber even existed. I went back to the 80s for a second, like immediately. It's I've been in a situation where I'm dropping somebody off and there's two people in the back seat and no one is getting in the front, and I'm like,
sucks.
get in the front.
Do you know who will do that? Our fucking sister.
Ah, weird, dude. Get
She
out of
always
here.
is like, I'm not moving.
Get
I'll
in the
admit
front.
I've done that, but it depends to me, like, if it's a short enough distance away, like, if it's a quick drop off, why do I have to make the move up front?
Because somebody's driving you.
Yeah.
And then they
I
look like an
also-
Uber driver.
I have advice for you how you can combat this without confrontation.
How?
Just get a bunch of boxes of National Geographics from like the thrift shop and put it on one of the seats in the back there, so he can't sit down. And it also, if he tries to move them to the front, National Geographics are so heavy he can't do it, so he'll have to sit in the front.
Smart.
I'll see what I can do about that. Or I could just be the mom and be like, fuck you, you're sitting in the front seat.
That's what you
It's
do.
a really
yeah,
weird
Yeah,
situation.
it's weird as hell to not sit in the front seat.
It's
If-
weird.
if
I mean,
you're-
they get to
you
be
don't-
all
sorry.
day together.
he's not gonna hear this until Or we roast him right now, and then you play this in the car while you're driving.
No, that would be the
Yeah, you
can-
no. Can you imagine? That would be
Oh,
the
can
worst
send you
move ever.
the
Hey,
clip.
Jude, if you're listening to this, get your ass into the front seat. Get up there and ask her questions, bro. Ask her questions about herself. Listen, really listen. Ask questions, listen to the answer, converse. Make sure you're asking her questions. Girls,
What does your dad do again?
well, yeah, you
I went
know.
to junior high with her dad.
Did you?
You did?
Who is he?
You don't know. We weren't friends.
Okay.
This actually reminds me of something I saw yesterday in the parking lot. I was walking, and there's a teen couple and the
You
mom,
condom.
and it was like the teen boy's mom was there picking them up. It was like at Uptown, like they're having a probably Uptown date, and the mom said as I walked past, "Okay, you guys got to finish your argument now before we leave, because I will not be sitting in the car listening to that on the way home."
Love it.
And I was like, "That's so badass. I
I
love
love
that."
it.
Yeah,
Daniel,
She's-
get off your phone.
There's important stuff going on. Jacob Balshin interviewed me and Tara for our apartments, and the video just came out.
What do you mean?
Jacob Balshin is a comedian, and he does tours of people's apartments.
Oh,
Oh, I follow him on TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah, so he did me and Tara's apartments
Nice.
on the weekend. He's got like 100,000 followers. My shit's gonna blow up.
cool.
Is it sick?
I just got TikTok, but I only get my algorithm is people from the military coming home and surprising their family, and
Yeah, I've been
earwax
down that
removal.
road. Yeah.
Earwax removal is my favorite, though.
Yeah, I have the military ones, and then I have like Down syndrome funny people. Like
Oh, I like Down syndrome funny people.
yeah,
I'm
it's so
also-
heartwarming.
It is heartwarming. I'm also really into first looks at weddings, but when the groom turns around, it's his friend in a wedding dress.
That's
Those are
fun.
really good too.
Yeah.
They're called groom pranks.
Mine is mostly liberals owning Republicans.
I don't have time for that on TikTok. I only want to watch earwax removal and heartwarming military families coming home.
At some point, your algorithm is going to become caving videos because it
Really?
happens to all of us, and
Yeah.
it's
Caving. I don't like
really
caves.
no, man. And it's like not like walking through a big cave. It's like you're in this much space and like
Yeah.
and it's
I don't see
awful.
that happening.
I've been
awful.
down that road too.
Uh,
Yeah.
Shane, has your algorithm become hobby horsing yet?
No. I
That-
kind of fluctuate all over the place.
Like
but,
pretending you're riding a horse.
Yeah, like a stick with a
Oh,
horse
yeah.
head.
Yeah.
It's in
I
Finland.
saw that on the Amazing Race
Yeah,
Canada.
I think we've talked about it on this pod before, but my algorithm was that for a while. It also it also went through a phase of like being the Appalachian Mountains and how
Yeah.
sketchy they are.
Yeah.
And like
Oh.
weird, and I get a lot of ghost stories.
Oh, I like
get a lot-
those.
I have
for a
that.
while it was like really heavy like conspiracy theory stuff about like giants existing and like the pyramids and all sorts of shit like that. And I can
Oh,
definitely see how people get radicalized. I just thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I'm not like crazy, but like you can see how people would be like, this is reality, and you get stuck in this tube, and then TikTok is really crazy for that. Like that, you can definitely see how people turn.
Well, my Facebook
Nazis.
videos are fucked. Like I never watch videos on Facebook, but then I was looking at it, it's all like asses. I've never looked up an ass on there.
Yo, so I have mine like pretty set in 3 different directions. Like my Facebook reel algorithm is all workout videos, like instructional workout videos, and it's great
Yeah.
because it's taught me how to
That's-
work out, and it is
Yeah.
totally working. Amazing.
Yeah.
And then my Instagram reels are all like funny stuff, like little sketches and like
Yeah.
stand up and like animals doing fun shit and like memes. And
Yeah.
then my TikTok is just a wild
Yeah.
card. Anything goes. Oh, look, a death video. And then like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
My
So-
Facebook right now is not videos, but like you know what it suggests groups. It's basic because I left like every group I was in because it was too
I don't-
much. But
I
now
don't look at my Facebook feed because
I do sometimes because
it's
I'm old. But
garbage.
but there's all of my suggested groups are like unidentified Jane Doe, and it's all pictures of fucking real life dead bodies, and they're trying to figure out who they are.
Whoa.
It's a wild, like they're
Why wouldn't
actually
they just
dead
post
people
a picture of them when they're alive?
because they don't know.
That doesn't make
Shane?
sense.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole point.
Oh,
Then
I
they
see.
know who they were. They
Hey,
were.
is Bo back? Oh, so we're getting all this? Okay, great.
Yeah, it's
Sorry, that
all
just
dead
reminded me
bodies.
like a really embarrassing moment happened on Friday with me. I was showing this girl, my girlfriend's friend, like wedding photos, and she took my phone. She was going, and I accidentally
no.
screenshotted like a girl getting fucked from behind in my photos. 'Cause
What? Okay, what? How do you? You can't accidentally screenshot something, Shane.
if you fumble your phone, it will screenshot.
You were
press
jerking off.
certain buttons. No, I don't save the still to jerk off. That's
Well, but
insane.
you did it accidentally when you fumbled.
But I
with
wasn't.
your phone.
I didn't know what to do, so I panicked and I was like, "Oh, I screenshot it because I thought I recognized the girl from my high school," which was like the worst thing I should have said.
One time back in the day when I worked at Shoppers, I saw a guy who he was dating this girl, and I saw her in a porn video. Yeah, I verified it with other people I worked with. I'm like, "Yo, is this the chick that Homeboy's dating?" And we were all like, "It is." What the fuck?
Yeah.
And he was like,
Did you show him?
No, we never told him.
Should have.
I don't
One
know,
of my high
man.
school crushes started doing like OnlyFans like a while ago, and then I was like, "Oh, that's really cool," but then it was kind of weird. It's weird if you
Did you
know.
sign up?
Oh, it was leaked. There was some leakage.
It was leaked.
Not signed
Turns out the leak was my credit card.
No, I would not. But
My
yeah, it was
sister-
kind of weird knowing the person. Like, I don't know.
Our sister was trying to get me to do a get rich quick scheme because apparently there's a big thing on OnlyFans where they just want to see ladies in their CPAPs.
Really?
I was like, I can't do that.
You got to do that.
I'm not doing that.
Do it. That's so funny.
That's
No,
so
I don't want my
easy.
face all over OnlyFans with my fucking CPAP
It's
on.
not even your face. It's just a machine. You won't even see your face.
You can see your whole face.
That's better than a foot fetish thing.
Yeah.
I don't think
you
it
should
is.
do it.
I'm not doing it.
You should do it.
Not doing it.
It
Yeah.
blurs out your eyes, but not the mask. Like that's so
Right? Mine is very small. It only fits on the end of my nose. It'd be super creepy.
Dude, you should do it. Bo will be your OnlyFans producer for your CPAP OnlyFans.
Fucking creepy.
By the way, this episode is called CPAP OnlyFans.
Like, do you do videos or is it just photos?
I don't know. I shut it down, the interest in it, pretty fast.
What's the video? Are you like stroking the hose?
Mine's like an elephant because it's like just sits on the tip of my nose and then the hose comes out.
Is it you doing elephant stuff with a
It's
CPAP
not.
machine on? That's the video? Like you eat a whole bunch of bananas at once with your arm like this?
I'm not doing it.
Balancing on a ball?
I had a friend that she went on a date with a guy that had a CPAP and he had flame stickers on it. And she
Sick.
never went. She didn't go out with him because she likes camping. She's like, "How are you going to bring that?" So no.
You can bring your CPAP camping.
Don't you have to do it to go CPAP or something?
You have to go.
What? No, you just bring your
I thought you
CPAP
had to
and
have
plug it in.
a travel one.
No,
It's a hand pump. You have to like,
stay awake all night and feed
You wasn't
yourself.
standing on it halfway through the evening.
yeah, your partner has to pump you while you're sleeping.
I
No,
know
you
I
can
need a
definitely take them
CPAP, but
camping.
I hate wearing anything on my face at night.
You don't need a CPAP, man. You just need to fucking exercise and quit vaping.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you talking to me?
Probably both of you.
No
Well,
vape. CPAP has nothing to do with that.
That's not true.
Okay. I didn't know you were a doctor, but carry on.
I thought I had sleep apnea, and I went to the doctor, and they were like, "You're fat. Actually, you have sleep fatnea. You have to stop."
like, do you snore now, Dan? Or no?
No, only if I eat a bunch of dairy before bed.
Right.
Then I snore. But
No.
no, I'm not a big snore. But sometimes, like, yeah, it depends on my diet. If I'm eating bad, I snore. But I used to snore so badly that it was insane.
Yeah.
Like
I can't believe you just called me fat, you fucking asshole.
I didn't. I said I was fat. I said I was fat. The doctor literally was like, my doctor told me I needed to lose weight and it would go away. And then I did, and it did. I'm talking about my experience. So if you draw from that, you're projecting is what you're doing.
I can't wait for Bo to replay this. For you to be like...
retired comedian Ryan Bangma used to say when he was like hook up with girls, he would be like, I snore, but it keeps the animals away. And I thought that was such a good line. That
is pretty good. Ryan Bangma, former guest of the show, one of the first guests ever.
Oh, wow.
When
I was on?
No, you were not. It was before your time. It was when it was me and Chelsea Lou, and the podcast was called The Hate Locker, and it was brand new. Ryan Bangma is a gem of a dude. Love that.
Yeah,
guy.
He's the best.
Yeah, Shane has a tattoo of Ryan getting attacked by an owl on his leg.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, and Ryan, his girlfriend, is my ex-girlfriend, Molly Grant.
Oh, Auntie Molly.
Yeah, we love Molly.
She's great. She's
Big shout out to Ryan Bangma and Molly Grant, two wonderful people.
I don't know you, Ryan, but if you're with Molly, you must be pretty wonderful because she's the best.
He just fell off the ladder, so...
Yeah, he did. He just fell off the ladder and broke, he break both his arms or something?
Good Lord. Then I had an idea of getting that tattooed on me.
You should. You totally should.
You have to.
But then I was told it might be too mean.
No, you for sure have to do that. Ryan will love that. That is a great idea. He's fine.
The original idea was getting one of the guys from Whistleboy. I actually got it made, but one of the guys from Whistleboy pushing Ryan off the ladder. And
great.
I tried to convince all the people at Whistleboy that Matt Westpatrick pushed Ryan off the ladder. And a few people
Can you please get Ryan falling off a ladder tattooed on you? That you have to do that. That's so funny.
Right on the other side of my leg.
Yeah.
That's not the right time for tattoos.
Why?
You can't swim.
Oh, that is true.
Swim.
I'm getting one in like 2 weeks.
Oh,
me too, actually. Yeah.
What are you getting?
I'm getting it's kind of a deep dive, but it's an old British show, Keeping Up Appearances.
Oh, I love that show.
I know it.
But I'm getting that Hyacinth, the lady of the show.
Yeah.
Her face, but her face is the body of a spider, and
cool.
Yeah.
I know the tattoo you're
getting. I have a lot of questions about this because Keeping Up with Appearances is a pretty old show.
I know it's one of my favorite shows.
Well, it's a wonderful, it's a brilliant show. But why? Yeah. What can you tell us how you came up with this, please?
I know the exact tattoo you're getting. I've seen it. It's sick.
Yeah, I saw it online, but it's because it's one of my comedy influences because I grew up watching it. So
it's very good.
And
I get it because it used to be good.
And then I'm not allowed to get a tarantula, so I decide just get a spider tattooed on my arm.
Empty out that fish tank, fill it with tarantulas.
No, it's the only time my dad said he would actually be disappointed in me if I got a tarantula.
That's what it took for your dad to be disappointed in you.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to be a spider guy.
I think it would be cool, but then probably
Spider-Man? Being Spider-Man? Very cool. Being a spider guy? Not cool.
But I think a spider with Hyacinth's face on it is not just a spider. That's a niche, and I think you should run with it.
It's gonna be great. I'm really excited. What are you getting, Dan? What are you getting tattooed?
I'm getting a snake around my knee.
Nice. Reptiles. We're doing it.
Yeah. I almost went, get over here, but that's Scorpion.
I'm getting some John Prine lyrics on my arm in September.
Cool.
Fuck off. You're such a douchebag. You have the fucking dumbest tattoos on earth.
Get it on a pillow.
No, I want it on my body.
Perfect timing. Fuck.
Okay. Tara and I had this whole question, okay? I want to quickly ask this. What do you think, like, if there was like a video game about bugs, what do you think the end boss of bugs is?
A big fucking moth.
No, because moths don't actually hurt you.
One of those camel spiders, they're like terrifying.
We talked about this. Spiders are a totally separate thing.
Oh,
they're not a bug, they're an arachnid.
Yeah, they're not bugs.
A fucking June bug.
June bugs are fucking cute. They don't do anything.
Huge, and they land in your hair.
June bugs would be one of the good guys. June bugs would be like a helper or someone you could play as. This is what we came up with. We think that it's not a flying bug. A flying bug would be the second boss, who's arguably harder than the end boss. And so the flying bug, the second boss, would be like a mud wasp. And then it's like guys that it fires out at you would be regular wasps. And then the end boss would be like a big poisonous centipede.
Oh
No,
yeah, those
too
are
easy.
gross.
No, it'd be like armored and shit and huge.
No, but it's like too easy of a decision. Like,
yeah, but we thought about this and it's like, I think we were overthinking it. Now, here's another thing. You can play as either a dragonfly and your weapon is you create wind with your wings, okay? Or you hit them with your tail. Or you can play as a bee.
like a bumblebee,
Like a bumblebee or like a honeybee.
a soft
Whip in
fluffy
there and
bumblebee.
do some stings. Well, if you're a bee, don't you die after you sting?
That's what she said, but not in the game. It doesn't have to be
I don't think that's true.
perfect. I think
Here's
it is.
We have a bumblebee nest under our deck, and they come and go constantly through the wood.
Well, now
The
that
big
we're a game development podcast, here's my pitch for my bug.
Wait,
game.
one more thing. Well, I'm not done telling you about the game.
Oh, sorry.
I think you should also get to be a ladybug.
Yeah, that'd be okay. You could be a ladybug, sure. Or I said, or a pill bug, and then you can roll up and do a rolling attack. That would be good too.
That'd be a good one.
And then you get like upgrades and like messages and stuff from butterflies, or if you're in a night level, moths. I know you don't like moths, but like they are good guys. You just are afraid of them.
Not good guys. They're useless guys. They don't do
pretty.
anything.
Oh, they're nice.
They eat your clothes.
They destroy your life.
Okay, that's too much.
Okay,
Okay,
I
so
also
anyway,
like playing-
You shouldn't
I would
put
love-
it in the world. This is too good of a game.
I know. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, listeners. If you have anything to add to this, that'd be great. All 25 people who listen to this podcast. Shane, what were you gonna say?
So I was gonna say, this, if you buy Dan's game, you can get a DLC package with my game, and it's pretty much the same thing, but the end boss, it's a tick.
Ooh.
But it's only in the first level you go against the tick, and then the other half of the game is you trying to live with Lyme disease.
The game's called Bug Off. Or You're Bugging Me.
Quit being a bug.
Yeah, you bugger. Bugger off. Yeah, great game.
Be a hard boss.
Good idea for a game, though, right?
Sodomy?
It's
Is
so
buggery
good.
sodomy?
What?
I think buggery means sodomy.
I might. So maybe we can't call it that. Sarah, what's your problem? Oh, you already said.
Well, I have another problem.
What is it?
Okay, I don't know if this is relatable or not. But do you get propane at Costco? Because it's the cheapest, right?
I don't get propane anywhere. I live in a fucking studio
You're
apartment.
weird. Shane, do you get
7-Eleven.
propane? What's
I
that?
go to 7. I go to the gas station and they just replace it.
Okay. Well, you can go to Costco and it's $13 to get it refilled. Between 13 and 15. However, it's lawless.
14.
It's lawless. There's no rules. There's no place to stand. People just put their fucking tanks everywhere.
What? There's no line?
There used to be like a snake. Now they've taken it out, and now
I hate
people
that.
are just fucking dumping their shit. And no one knows who's been there first. It's usually boomer
I don't
old
like
ladies that try to jump the line when the rest of us have all been standing there.
I don't
Yeah,
like
you
that
need
one
rules.
bit.
It makes
You
me
need
fucking
rules.
mad. I like a rule, and people are not following the rules.
I need
and
order.
I just want to be like, hey, like I feel like I have to patrol everybody when I'm there. It makes me very anxious.
Let me tell you something. One time, I was in Los Angeles and we went to this burger stand that was like ranked on this list of like 100 best burgers in the US. And so it was near where we were living. And we were like, let's go check this place out. So we went and found it. It was a shack in the parking lot of an Enterprise rental car place in the valley. And it was called Bill's Burgers. And there was like 50 people just there. There was no line. There was just people around. And I'm like, I was so stressed out. We finally like get up to the front and buddy Zach, who I'm with, goes, he looked up on the menu and he goes, yeah, I'll get a tuna melt. and then bought Bill. It's the only people working are like Bill and his wife, and they're like 90, and there's no sense of urgency whatsoever. And Bill puts his spatula down and looks at him like this, and he goes, "You want a tuna melt? You go to Applebee's across the street." He goes, "You're getting a double cheeseburger." And then he just made him a double cheeseburger.
On the menu?
Yeah, it was on the menu, and also the double cheeseburger was more expensive.
Bold move.
And he went straight to a double. Like,
Well, if you're gonna go big, go big. Do you know what? I also have a hate around food trucks. Like, fuck food trucks. They are expensive. They're just as expensive as going to a restaurant, and then you have to find somewhere to sit, and it's a big fucking mess. Food trucks used to be cool, and now they are overpriced and irritating.
they're a hassle. I'm with you
They're
on
a
that.
hassle. You always the window's always way above your head. You can't see anything. You can't fucking reach. They're out of shit, but they don't tell you. I'm off of food trucks.
Food truck are you going to? You're going to like the RV park?
Just going to the tube steak place.
No, I went to we went to the Gorge for Canada Day, and they went to a hot dog place because I wanted a veggie dog.
Oh, the
They
hot
didn't have
dog
any, but
guys?
it said veggie dog right on the menu. They're like, "Oh yeah, we don't carry those." I'm like, "Well, it says it on your fucking truck," and then I didn't want anything.
Yeah, why don't they cross it off? That's what you're supposed to do.
That's part of a food truck should be a Sharpie, so you can update shit. Also, it should not cost $8 for a hot dog. Hot dogs should be $3 tops.
Yeah.
4 if you're adding onions.
I agree.
Yeah. It's at
Anyway.
like the $6 range right now. Is like the dog price.
$6 would be an acceptable price. I saw one for $12.
Yeesh.
$12 for a fucking hot dog?
Just get your hot dog at Costco, baby. $150. I mean,
Is it true?
$1.49 and you get a pop.
Is
Right.
it true that you need a Costco membership to get a hot dog now?
I've heard that they're cracking down.
I heard
but
the
haven't
rumors, yeah.
seen it.
I've never had a Costco hot dog.
What?
I skip it because it kind of disgusts me seeing all the families eating their dinner there.
Do you know what's better than a Costco hot dog? The
What?
Costco poutine.
Oh.
It's so fucking
Listen,
good.
I haven't had poutine in years, and it's because I've been waiting until I go to Quebec to get
Ooh,
poutine.
good.
And
Why
I'm
don't you go to
going
La
to
Val
Quebec.
Patat?
I'm going to Quebec on Sunday.
Oh, there you go. You'll have
Nice.
to tell us
You
how
gotta
it
get a
is.
smoked meat sandwich as well.
I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna do all the things. I'm gonna
Don't
eat smoked meat.
jaywalk.
I'm gonna eat poutine. I'm gonna relapse. I'm gonna cheat on Tara. It's gonna be crazy.
Sounds like a great week.
Oh,
Yeah.
that just reminds me. I mean, I saw you on Saturday, Dan, outside the View Street
I
Social.
sure did.
Yeah, so that was my after funeral party there. But I'm not allowed. I've banned myself from going to View Street Social now because,
Because it's sad and weird.
well, of course there was a bit of a problem, but
Oh, Shane. I don't. Okay, first tell me what View Street Social is.
so it's beside the Herman's Jazz Club. It's like
Yeah.
used to be a veterans
Air
bar,
Force.
but now it's
Yeah.
hipstery, kind of gross
Is it
alcoholic.
owned? Is it owned by Herman's?
I think so, actually.
I
Yeah,
think
they
so
have the
too.
same
Okay,
food.
anyway, carry on. How come you're
Anyway.
banned?
It was karaoke night, nice time, and then me and my girlfriend were gonna go home. I order Uber. An Uber comes. We get in the Uber, and he's like, "Oh, is this for Robert?" I'm like, "No, it's Shane." We're like, "Oh shit!" So we got the wrong Uber. So I got out, and this guy's like, "Hey, you're trying to steal my Uber?" And then I'm like, "Fuck! I think I know that guy. He's the guy that gave my friend chlamydia, possibly." In my head. I didn't say that out loud. I just said sorry. And then for some reason, without even talking, me and my girlfriend just went TMZ and started taking photos of him and this girl in Uber. And he was like a celebrity. He's like trying to hide his face because
No.
flashes on. And I just thought it was so funny. And then
He's like, I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
well, the next day I was reflecting on it, and I was like, that was such a funny experience. And then I'm like, holy shit, that guy was the bartender there the whole time.
The whole
Oh.
time. You
So
Scooby
I
Dooed
can't
him.
go back there now because
No.
I'm like,
Dude, you
Funny.
get banned from places in the most elaborate ways. It's really impressive.
You know what? If you're gonna get banned, go out with a bang, Shane. I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, man, good job.
Well, I left early. That was impressive, you know.
Okay, let me tell you about what I got cooking over here. I was in the Calgary airport on the weekend, and they have first strike. They have a communal piano in the airport, which is a bold move. Because if you are not good at the piano, you're already in a place where 90% of the people are full of rage. So like nobody wants it. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants a piano. No one asked for that. That's a crazy thing to ask for. So
Yeah.
I'm in line at Starbucks, which is right next to the piano, and there is a 10-year-old kid on the keys, and he is practicing the piano. Like he's just doing the same chords over and over again,
That's not the place for practice.
endlessly.
His
And my
parents
problem
probably made him.
isn't with the kids, it's with the parents. Why are you allowing that to happen?
They probably encouraged it.
Probably. That's insane. And I'm in line. Here's the worst part. He was practicing Imagine Dragons.
I love Imagine Dragons.
Of
I
course.
was really hoping you were going to say he was playing Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar.
That would have been awesome. But no, he was practicing Imagine Dragons. I got up to the front and to the line at Starbucks, and I said, "How long?" To the barista lady or the lady at the cash counter. I'm like, "How long has this been going on?" And she's like, "A really long time." And I was like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "I'm kind of not." And I'm like, "This is crazy." And she's like, "It's insane." And then everyone in the line got into it and was like, "This is crazy that this is happening." It's so upsetting. So you need to, if you have children, I don't care. I don't give a fuck if you are having a tough day and your kid is acting up and you just need to get them out of your hair. I have zero sympathy for you. Pull out or don't do it. You do not just get to slap your goddamn child in front of a piano in an airport and be like,
an aggressive move.
Play your Imagine Dragons. So then dovetailing into this other thing that happened, I'm getting off the plane in Vancouver to catch my connecting flight to Victoria, which is also annoying because it's literally a 15-minute flight. And granted, I had enough time to get on my next flight. I was not in a hurry, but the lady in front of me had her walking off the plane in the little hallway that they, the thing that you go up the ramp or whatever to go from the airport to the airplane to the airport. The kid she was with, they're taking a really long time, they're being really slow, and there's a big lineup of people behind them, which is at a hub airport, so people are definitely connecting, right? I was not, but there's for sure people behind me who are.
Yeah.
And I look down, and the kid has this luggage thing that is attached to a scooter that you push, so the kid will carry their own luggage. It's like a trick. It's like, oh, look, you have your little scooter luggage. He's trying to scoot up the ramp in his little scooter thing with his luggage.
And he's too little.
And I'm like, lady, this is not the place to allow this to happen.
Yeah, can't you get your kid to play the fucking piano or something?
Yeah, she's like, he's late for his lesson. Dude, if you have kids, you need to think about what is happening.
They're self-centered.
It's like people who let their kids run around the restaurant screaming. It's like...
Nope.
But do you think it's because they're dead inside and they're just over it? And
I do, and it's not an excuse to me. I do think
be over it at home or at someone's house.
Yeah.
You have to suck it up.
Be over it.
When you're in public, you got to suck it up. You can't allow that. It's not... Every time stuff like that happens, my vasectomy scar glows like Harry Potter.
Do you know, Daniel, that our brother-in-law has been taking piano lessons?
Derek?
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out. That's awesome.
And he had a recital, but
What?
our sister couldn't go because it was at his teacher's house because she's very old and the rest were small children.
Wait, what's his teacher's name?
I don't know. They live in Nanaimo.
Oh, okay.
So he couldn't go, but luckily, one of the children at the recital, her dad is a volunteer firefighter. and he got to
No.
video the whole thing.
So our brother-in-law is in charge of the volunteer firefighter department.
Well, no, he's not. He's the captain. He's not
He's
the
captain.
chief.
That's what I meant.
What did he play?
So you're saying that his other firefighter buddy showed up to his kid's recital and he was also doing a recital?
In the recital. In somebody's living room.
That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. That's
brilliant.
Was he embarrassed or I bet he wasn't. I bet he was like, yeah, learning the piano. Got a recital today. What's up?
What's up, bro?
He's like, luckily it's at 7 p.m. so I can be home in time to go to bed because I do have to do my paper route in the morning.
That's the reason why I quit piano is because of the embarrassment of fucking I just got too old. And then
I love the piano. The piano is maybe my favorite instrument. I probably listen to like instrumental jazz piano playlists on Spotify more than anything else.
Why don't you take lessons?
I don't want to. I got enough going on. I'm good. I just enjoy it. I don't need to know how to play. I just enjoy it.
I will tell you guys, the last recital I ever did was the day I quit because I went up and I was so nervous my hands were shaking and I just fucked up a bunch. And then
Mom spaghetti.
The girl before me was 9 years old, playing a song. While she's playing chord, gets up and plays the strings of the piano, which I've never seen ever again. And I had to follow that, and I fucking bombed. And then after I got in my car and I phoned my
Shane,
yeah, I was like 17, and I had to phone my parents and like cancel the lessons. I'm out. That's it.
You can phone your parents from your apartment.
Well,
that's what I'm
doing this anymore.
When I realized I was only there for the snacks afterwards was when I was like, my heart's not into it.
He literally said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
Save your cut up apple slices for someone else.
It was horrible.
Oh, that's incredible, man. All right. Well, we don't have any here. Okay, I'm gonna let the listeners know that we've set it up so that we have a call-in hotline now, and so it's not real because we don't record this live. But if you have a gripe, let us know, and we might put you on the podcast. We're gonna start having people do segments where you can call in and be on for like 5 minutes, and we'll talk about your problem. So
we're gonna flashlight you if you take too long, though.
Yeah, we'll light you. But like, yeah. So if you have a gripe and you're listening and you want to come on the podcast and talk about it, we're open to that. We're here to solve your problems, or just listen.
Just listen.
Or just listen. Are you solution based or are you just looking for support? Because either way, we're here.
We're just vent.
Yeah, just vent. We're here for you.
Basically, free therapy, and we're here for you.
Anyway, this has been great. I feel great. Thanks, guys. Good.
Yeah, or if anyone that I've like in my stories I've wronged, they can call in and tell their side.
You'll get bumped to the front of the line.
Yeah, yeah. If you have a problem with Shane, you're on 100%.
You're gonna be the general manager of the Canadian Brew House.
Yeah, no, don't get Canadian Brew House to call in. Good lord.
Oh man, that's a great idea. Big shock. I don't know anyone who works at Canadian Brew House.
Well, let me tell you, their manager is like a 17-year-old boy in an oversized suit, and that was even worse when he kicked me out.
Shane, you got a show this week, I think.
Yeah, I have a show Thursday. Yeah,
I thought it was Friday. Aren't you headlining some show at some art place on Friday?
I was. The show is being canceled because of internal fighting with the venue.
Oh, that's too bad.
Okay.
But anyway, what a relief.
I was going to try to get a spot on that show, but I guess I'm not.
Me and you are doing the show on Thursday, I think.
Yeah, that show. Yeah. I might not be able to do that after all. I forgot that we have Deb DiGiovanni at Heckler's this weekend, or on Thursday, which is sold out, by the way. Right. So if you're looking to get tickets for that, you are a shit out of luck.
She's amazing.
So I'll probably... depending on what time that show's at, I don't think I'll be able to do both. But I'm hosting Heckler's on Saturday. If you want to come see me, there is a very special show at Heckler's this Saturday, the 19th. There's a golf tournament in Victoria that happens once a year called the Schritter Open, and there's headlining comedian Damon Schritter puts on a little golf tournament, and it usually brings out some comics. So this weekend's show at Heckler's is triple headliner night. We've got
Who's
Paul
on?
Meyerhog headlining.
Hilarious.
Just an absolute killer. Damon Schritter's going to middle, and I'm going to host. So
Hilarious.
That's
come
gonna
out.
be amazing.
Come out to
That's a
Heckler's
good
on
show.
Saturday. There's about 50 tickets left, and it is Monday, so they're not going to last. So get them. Get them and come and hang out. And I think I'm also doing 6 minutes at the Mint on Wednesday. So there's that too.
Ooh.
Ooh. Anyways, Sarah, do you have anything you want to plug?
No.
Just your CPAP machine so you never
Just
wake
my
up?
You
CPAP
wanna
and my
plug the
aggressive
CPAP in?
tan.
Yeah, follow Sarah's CPAP OnlyFans account.
I also would like if you wore the CPAP machine and just instructed people how to throw their propane tanks away at Costco. I'd actually pay for that because I don't know.
All right, well, thanks a lot for listening, and we'll see you bozos next week. I love all of you.